Hello, friends, family, and adventurous metalheads. This is The Creep Show, part of the AOL network of podcasts. I'm your host and editor of NoiseCreep.com, Seth Werkheiser. And this week's episode of The Creep Show, we have a very special guest of the band Slayer. We have Tom Araya. Tom, thank you so much for joining us today on the phone.
How you doing?
We are doing great.
This is cool.
It's awesome to have you.
Totally. This is a good time. So, also in the room, we have Chris Harris, John Wiederhorn.
Hello.
Amy Sciaretto.
Hi.
Hello.
Awesome.
Cool, man. Well, we're very, very honored to be your first post-op interview here, and I just
Very technical.
I just feel like the planets have aligned with the gates of hell in the most sublime way possible now. I mean, it's Good Friday today, of course.
Yeah, I just kind of figured that out.
Yesterday
that was Easter this weekend.
It's the fourth day of Passover, and of course, Passover is the holiday in which there are all the plagues, and the last plague is the angel of death crossing over the Egyptian landscape and killing the firstborn son in every household. And of course, angel of death is one of your calling cards. So not a song about Passover, but still, we feel the connection is made, and zombies might rise from their graves this very evening. It's just so exciting.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Or we might all just burst into flames sitting here.
That could be too. So, welcome. How you feeling, man?
I feel good. I feel real good. I've been sitting around for about 4 months now, 5 months, going on 5 months, taking care of myself. I feel really good though. Right after the surgery, I knew that the issue was fixed. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel really great. I'm really excited. I'm anxious to get together with the guys and start rehearsing again. So I feel good.
What'd they give you, oxys or perks? Right. What'd you get?
What'd they give me as far as what?
Painkillers.
Oh no, I have a shitload of that stuff. I don't really take them, but they give you the Darvocet and the Somas.
And you don't have to take them?
I don't take them. I even because I figure if I'm in pain, at least I know that the issue's still there.
Right.
And if I don't feel the pain, I'm not going to know it's gone.
That's it's Mike Muir from Suicidal Tendencies said the same thing, that he has these he had these horrific back problems as well, and he doesn't take painkillers because he's like I need to know what's going on with my body. And it's interesting that you say the same thing about your back, so that's very interesting.
Yeah, because you could really hurt yourself, and masking the pain doesn't really do anything other than it does that. It masks the pain. It doesn't do anything to the damage that's being done.
It's also easy to get hooked, I guess.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't take them. But what they did is they put me under, and I got a titanium plate in my throat.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
It was a neck surgery as opposed to my back surgery, but it was neck, and it was 5, 6, and 7th vertebrae.
Well, have you been through an airport detector since
No,
then?
and I kind of figured they wouldn't go out because it's titanium plates, so they won't set the metal detector off.
Wow, that's too bad.
It's still
that'll
very
be pretty
metal.
Yeah.
I have titanium plates in my neck.
It's actually pretty cool. When you look at the X-ray, when I saw the X-ray, I was like, wow, it's all Terminator looking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you're on your way to being a cybernetic organism.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you take us back? And I mean, have you had chronic pain for years? Is this something that you've?
Well, you have the occasional pain here and there. You know what I mean? But I mean, I was in Australia, and that's when it was just a constant pain. I was like, wow, this is weird. This isn't good. And then I dealt with it almost. It was like the entire trip. It was like, I think we were there like 10 days. And then I think it was like we were in Melbourne, and I just had to. I picked up the phone and said, "Listen," I called my wife Sandra. I said, "Man, you got to call that doctor. Got to call that doctor and let him find someone that can check out my neck, my shoulder, because it's just like my arm was in pain. It was like a numbing pain, but it wasn't heart attack stuff. You know what I mean? But it was enough to have me concerned about things. You know what I mean? And so we finally got on the phone and we were in Tokyo when I finally got through to the doctor and said, "Listen, can you see me as soon as I get in?" He said, so they made an appointment as soon as I got in. But it was just a shooting pain that just wouldn't go away. And I mean, I didn't. And then when I got home, I went and saw the doctor, and the guy, he gave me a shot, and he goes, "Let's see what this does." And so they gave me a spinal injection, and the pain went away. I was like, "Wow, this was amazing."
No joke.
And then he goes, "All right, well, let's see how you feel in 6 weeks." And 6 weeks, I went back and said, "Dude, it feels like someone's like squeezing the shit out of my side,
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "Oh." And he goes, "Well, let's try another injection." And then you do the procedure, and there's a total of 3 you're supposed to do, but he only did 2 because it really didn't do anything. And then they did a scan, one of those imaging scans, and they scanned the whole thing and found where the issue was and said, "Okay, this is what we need to do." So they scheduled surgery.
So what exactly was injured? Is it
It had nerves. Nerves were in in your vertebrae. You have the cartilage just sitting between the vertebrae, and those are supposed to be spongy and watery and stuff. Well, mine were compressed. Mine were compressed, which means that they were like flat instead of spongy and foamy. They were flat. So any nerves and vessels and stuff that go through the cartilage or are in that area, they get squished in between there like sandwich. So damage was done to the nerve in that area. So they needed to go in there and remove that. And you can't just remove a portion of it. You have to remove the entire thing, which is why they put the plate in, and they put bone placements in between my vertebrae.
So how long was the procedure? This sounds like it's a pretty heavy-duty surgery.
It was dude, they went through the front of my throat and moved everything to one side.
Wow.
That sounds like some serious, scary
you
shit.
know what I mean? I was like, man, you wake up and you're just, that shit's been moved around. You know what I mean? It's kind of just freaky. But they had to move it. They literally went in and moved everything in, and it was done all microscopic. It was all with, it's a small little incision they put right in my front of my throat, and they were able to do all of that through that little incision.
Wow, your throat, though. I mean, were you concerned at all? Like, dude, you're going to go in my throat. I'm a singer.
That was the first thing I asked him. I was like, dude, what about my muscles, my throat muscles, my vocal cords, and he goes, well, that's why we're going through the front. He goes, it's easier to move things out of the way through the front than it is to the back.
Wow. Did they warn you no more headbanging now that you've got this plate in your neck and it's a sensitive area?
I'm sorry? Say that again?
Can you still headbang when you're playing?
No,
that's in the past.
I can't do that anymore.
Wow,
Right.
Wow, man, the grandfather of helicopter headbanging can.
Yeah, that was the other thing too. They said that when they diagnosed it and realized, okay, this is what's going on, they said that I had a herniated disc also, but they were herniating to the left. Usually, discs herniate to the right, to the front or the back, due to whiplash motion.
Yeah.
But mine was herniating to the left.
Because of the headbanging motion. So this was literally caused because of headbanging.
Pinwheel.
Wow.
The figure eights.
So headbanging can be hazardous to your health.
So I'm an advocate of, cautious about your headbanging.
Wow.
Do moderate headbanging.
Dude, it's a whole new world than the one we woke up in this morning.
Moderate headbanging.
How can there be
Severe
moderate?
headbanging could cause you severe issues later on in life, buddy.
Wow.
I just don't think it's possible to be a moderate headbanger
At a
to
Slayer
Rain in
show.
Blood or Angel of Death. I think we might have. For other bands, we can moderate our headbanging, but for Slayer, I don't think we can.
Wow.
That's going to be a tough one. That's going to be a tough one.
It
but
is.
I'm excited. I'm excited because I mean, there's no more pain. There's no more muscle spasms. There's no more anything. It just feels really good.